We're gonna beat you up.
Hello?
I promise I'm gonna beat you up.
Can they hear us?
Can they hear us? Yeah, we can hear you. I hope so.
Just
we can't.
sure.
If we can't hear you, we're in trouble.
What's up, Dotson?
What up, Docs? Why am I so red? Didn't think about it.
You're a 1978 Datsun 240Z in bright red, soaring down the mountain pass.
That's one of my favorite cars that I never owned.
You own one too?
No, that I never owned.
I owned one.
You did not. That's like classic.
My mom did.
Really?
Yeah, she got it for like $400.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And this color? Like tomato red?
Kind of more like maybe at one point it was that color, but it was more of like a orange red.
Wow, lucky mama.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Oh, boy, I would love to call her my mama.
What?
I didn't mean that to sound weird. It's just,
You probably something else.
Someone with that car.
With a cool
I want to
car?
call my
I
mama.
wish someone with a cool car was my mom.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. It's totally what I meant.
It was nice. I mean, we always left the windows rolled down, and so the back of it was full of flies.
Flies, yeah, that makes sense.
Is that gross?
Flies are pretty gross in general, but what are you gonna do?
And we would go to the water hole. There's this place called the Water Hole.
Yeah.
It was almost like a hole full of water.
That makes sense.
We would go hang out and play in it.
Like mud? Did it turn into mud or?
No, there was a creek that went to a single kind of pool and then creaked out the other way. And there was like rope swings and like crazy stuff where you would climb like a ladder made on a tree really high and people would jump off these crazy heights. It was so scary.
Oh yeah, I was me growing up, we had a creek and there was a rope next, like tied to a branch, and we would swing over these jagged rocks. And this is when I'm like 9. You had to clear the rocks to get to fly into the water.
I don't know if I ever like went to the top of the I got pretty good at the rope thing, but I don't think I ever got to the top of the ladder thing. It was just so crazy.
Yeah.
And there was like areas where they were like, oh, you have to make sure you land there, because right there it's like
rebarb
2 feet deep.
Yeah.
And so like I would climb up there and look down, and I'm like, I genuinely can't tell where it's deep and where it's not. I'm gonna just go climb back down.
Yeah, we had a couple of things like that where some accidents. There was a place called Mosquito Point where I grew up, but it was a bridge, and people would jump off the bridge, but the levels of the water would change rapidly where I grew up. So you know, you had to be really sure about stuff.
Dude, we had one of those. We had an abandoned bridge. I think it was called Red Rock, and it was an abandoned train bridge, or maybe it was a used train bridge. I just never saw a train on it. And people would jump off of that bridge into the water too. That was crazy, man. That's what you do, I guess. Before the internet, you just jumped off of mountains and bridges. And now you do it still, but for different reasons, because the internet has ruined your soul.
Yeah. Did it? How was the internet for you, Tony? You've been doing some fun stuff over on your side of town.
Oh yeah, dude. I've been reclaiming my heritage as like a Marky Mark appreciator.
Okay.
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
My sister, when I was a little kid, my sister would listen to New Kids on the Block, and I never realized till this week how formative that was for me.
You look like one of the New Kids on the Block right now, for sure.
Thanks, dude. I really do appreciate that. That's kind of.
Except they didn't wear. I don't know if they did the sunglasses. By the way, I'm feeling a little bit. You got all crazy with me about mogging you, and now I'm feeling like you're mogging me with the glasses, and you didn't tell me, hey, I'm wearing cool glasses. You wear something cool too. I'm wearing a cool jacket. You wear something cool too. You didn't say that. So can you at least even it out a little bit? You got a Japanese shirt, like you live in Brooklyn or something. Like, can you at least?
The lack of eye contact, is it affecting
Yeah, that
you?
doesn't work either for me. I need my best friend
sorry,
here.
Dude. Here we go.
Oh, okay. All right. Whose eyes are those? Milo Yiannopoulos?
These are my eyes.
Did
I
you
don't know. I took the glasses off, dude.
Did you print your own eyes?
Huh? No, I just took the glasses off like you asked.
Wow. Maybe I should do that. We might need more of this. How much more?
What, dude? Eye contact?
Can you blink?
Yeah. I just don't wanna.
I don't feel like it. You just don't feel like it.
There, that guy did it.
There, he did it for you, yeah.
I'm just not into blinking. You know,
Right.
I don't want to close my eyes, don't want to fall asleep because I'll miss you, Jimmy, and I don't want to miss a thing.
Nice callback. You're like if you were in a band, it would be called Stare 182. So dumb.
I look so psychotic. Hold on. Hold on just a second, buddy. I'm fixing my real eyeballs.
Yeah, this isn't a nightmare.
Welcome, Jimmy.
Wow. Can you put an echo on your voice real quick and be like, hello,
Yeah.
welcome. This is like Jimmy's world. We had Tony's world like last season. This is like Jimmy's world.
I hope it is. I hope this is what it's like for you.
Yeah, this is like ordinary dream I have. Like Megan's like, hey, do you have any dreams last night? I'm like, yeah. This is what it looks like. That's why I don't tell her what the dream was.
How's that?
Yeah.
How's that?
That's good. That's good.
You like that? Am
I mean, I
loud
don't
enough?
like it, but yeah. So many of you.
Jimmy, do you like this?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I feel like we're back.
Anyway,
I mean, if this
these are my eyeballs.
if this was the beginning of a movie, what would this be about, Tony?
It'd be about that time that you decided to befriend an insane man. Is my vocals loud enough?
Yep.
Nice.
Does it carry over?
Karaoke. Here,
It
I'll
does
turn off that
karaoke.
echo.
It does karaoke. Oh, hey!
I just realized I can make myself so loud.
Americhats. Nice. Thanks for that. Sponsored by Americhunk, of course. We have to say that every time. Sponsored by
Okay,
Americhats.
Pick my audio to a different thing, and now it should be really popping. Popping and lock.
Pop locking?
It's like didn't hurt. I'm gonna take them off. That bit was fun.
Yeah. That was a good bit. I'm glad I didn't mess that up because sometimes Tony will drop a bit on me right before we go live, and then I will never remember it, and then he yells at me
crazy.
after, and it takes like
It's
a
crazy.
whole week to get it back, our friendship.
Yeah, but we get there, buddy.
We always do. We always do.
You want to see the rest of my outfit?
Yep. Oh, wow.
No, it's
Shit.
a little close. Hold on. I'll face this way. I've gotten really fat.
Me too. I got fat during Lent for some reason. Well, I mean, let's face it. You can eat pasta.
That's all I've been eating. I've just been eating pasta.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just all your Orthodox parishioners and friends and family are just fat. They just get fat.
It feels like it's missing the point.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm eating especially more, but everything I'm eating is so like empty.
It's empty. I feel.
I mean, Karen's take on Iran.
Are we supposed to talk about our experience? Because, like, if I'm just being honest, I feel so weak and like tired and clumsy and out of it.
I don't know. I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it, if I'm being honest. I mean, what I usually find is I feel way more gentle. Like I genuinely feel like less prone to anger, more aware of my, my faults, and it really does have the effect of just kind of changing my focus. And every time a fast is over, I almost don't want it to be over, even though I want like burgers. There's another part of me that's like, this is a better version of me. I want to be this version of me.
Yeah, that's true. I actually feel that too. It's a little more docile, and it's weird when I do get angry during Lent. If it's not Lent, I actually want to hurt the person. When it's during Lent, I want to eat something. Like, that's how I threaten people.
What?
Where I'm like, instead of like, I'm gonna get you for what you said, I'm like, I'm gonna eat a burger. Don't mess with me. That's how it feels.
So if somebody messes with you, your response is to eat your feelings now?
To threaten them with my failures.
To threaten them with your failures?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
how is that a threat to your enemies?
It's not. That's why it doesn't make sense. Just doesn't
like,
make sense.
Who's that guy that made dedicated time, resources, and energy to how much he hates you a couple days ago?
Yeah, that guy. That was fun coverage, by the way. I think that's one of your niches, Tony. Because you get to sit outside of the drama, and you get to just kind of look at it and be like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, it is kind of fun. But I want to start debating. I think I can debate really good. Like, I know that I can beat you in a debate every single time.
Mm-hmm.
We just agree on everything, so that's the problem. We have nothing to debate about. But I'd love to debate you. I want to debate the best, so I can, iron sharpeneth iron type beat.
Well, you just said you're better than me, so you would to debate the best would be to debate yourself, and we can make that happen. That could be a skit next OrthoThugs. We could clearly design an entire debate where you debate yourself and I'm the moderator.
Well, I'd like to get some practice. Right now, I just think I'm probably the best debater.
Well, yeah.
I got scared.
Yeah, me too.
Gee.
I thought you froze up there.
I'm scared. Oh, it froze up for you too? I was
just
trying to play it off like I just had a nervous
just for a moment. We'd love Karen's take on Iran. Yeah, Karen's take on Iran would be good.
Iran? What?
Iran.
Do we disagree on anything, Jimmy?
Yeah.
What?
I'm like 30% a race realist, and you're like 97.
Let's debate this. I disagree.
All right, you win.
Counterpoint.
Damn.
You win.
Sick. Sick.
I mean, race realism. Well, who even cares?
What could we disagree on worth debating? Anybody? Chat?
I think we agree on everything, dude. It's crazy. How stupid and boring. Dude, what the heck? We need to start disagreeing a little.
Well, we disagreed with Nick about Nick Fuentes for a bit there. Ice Cream Man disagreed immediately about that.
That was a great debate, by the way. That was a good
Ice Cream
debate.
Man, yeah.
Is there anybody I like now? Wait. Oh, Ryan Gosling, dude.
Oh, being the best good actor worth looking at? No.
Being the best good actor worth looking at. Totally.
No. What did I call him? He's the male Kristen Stewart. Just a dumb guy. Cool. Just dumb looking.
No, he's funny and cool and smart.
No, his eyes are too... what did I say? His eyes are too close together. He looks like he's about to sneeze all the time. His face is, I'm about to sneeze. Permanently.
No, he just looks cool. He has his eyes are close together because he's got his eyes on the prize and that he gets what he wants.
Nah, he looks like I don't know.
Also, he's an audience surrogate for disillusioned men.
He's just so boring as an actor. What can I say? He's like, I'm trying to think of a more boring actor. And I probably could do it, but he's at least in the top 10 most boring people to look at and listen to talk.
Being boring is how to act good. Like, being boring is an integral part of being a good actor.
There's a truth to that, but your boringness has to bring something that's underneath what looks like stagnant is not. It's emotionally charged. Only ostensibly on the outside do you look fly on the wall stagnant, but you could communicate with your eyes. He can't. You know what he's communicating with his eyes? I'm dumb. I'm a dum-dum.
No, I'm communicating that with my eyes. That doesn't mean anything. Hey, do you have I don't hear the music.
You don't? How about now?
Now I do.
That might be too loud for the audience though now, so it's a tough gamble here.
Is it?
I don't know. Audience? Is that too loud? It's in the green, just below the orange. You tell me.
Now I can hear it, which is nice for me, but if it ruins the show for the audience, then I'll go without. But I like kind of hearing the music. This part's kind of depressing me, though.
Well, that's your music, Tony, and just literally sends me into the Japanese wilderness.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry, I do it to my own wife. I'll play minor chords. I always start with an A minor or a D minor, and she's just crying in the kitchen.
Yeah. Really?
She's like, "What's wrong with me?" She's like, "I'm feeling sad." And then she's like, "Can you not play the guitar anymore?" And then she was like, "That's it."
It was that. I thought it was the dishwasher.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the water. She thought it was the water. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was the refrigerator buzzer.
Thought it was the soap.
Your music.
Thought it was the ice maker. No. Oh, it's not the broom, sweetie. It's not the broom. It's an A minor chord every time.
Do you want to make a joke about minors, like spelunking?
Hey, what's Epstein's favorite chord? A minor.
I have a note that's related to this.
Come on, Tony. You got to give me something on that.
No,
that's good, dude. A minor. That's a really quick, easy joke. You just stared at me like I'm nothing.
It's too soon after the Kendrick Lamar diss of Drake.
Oh, Harry Carey.
It just sounds like you're stealing it. Here, do you want to hear something that I wrote?
Yep.
Being in a cave, you're spelunking. Being on a mountain, you're climbing. Being in the ocean, you're swimming. Why don't you just call it what it is? You're just being somewhere.
I like that. You're a poet, dude. Say it again. Say it no, say it. Look, this is really good for acting. Say it with where it lands completely different.
Okay, this is a good exercise. Being in a cave, you're spelunking. Being on a mountain, you're climbing. Being in the ocean, Wait, is this acting or am I just yelling?
You're yelling.
Hold on. Let me start over. Guananacaba. Yeah, it's just not going to work out, I don't think.
I tried. It's actually a good exercise to try to do, but you just kind of abandon it. You just pulled the plug.
Okay, fine. You do it.
If I had the words, I would.
Here they are.
Okay. Being on a mountain, you're climbing. Being in the ocean, you're swimming. Why don't y'all just call it what it is? You're just being somewhere. Hobo Johnson hate.
That was a separate note. Did you have a Hobo Johnson phase? I feel like you did, and I'm so angry.
Hobo Johnson?
Yeah. Did you have a Hobo Johnson phase? You did.
I may have. I may have. Hobo Johnson? No. I want to make sure this is set up for the future. So, excuse me, chat. Sorry about that.
Put me in the dumpster and let me tell you about Hobo Johnson.
Okay. All right. He's going to tell us about
Put me in the
Johnson.
dumpster and let me tell you about Hobo Johnson.
There we go. Tony, dumpster.
Not really.
There he is. There's the guy we know and love. Hey,
I really feel like this should bother me more than it does.
tell us about Hobo Johnson, would you? Is he a friend?
Do you know who he is?
Nope.
He was that musician, quote unquote, that came out in like 2017, and he was like, I don't know, he's just hooting and hollering. He's just hooting and hollering, and I guess doing beat poetry, slam poetry with a bunch of, you know, goo goo gaga, stomp stomp, clap, hipster. You know, it was
big on the East Coast. It was big on the East Coast.
I think he was a Seattle dude, but like he did a Tiny Desk concert and everybody was in love with him for a little while. And I remember hearing him and being like, I need to get away from this. But apparently a lot of people really liked him. Do you know about this?
It's very distant, but it's familiar.
Let me send you a picture of him so you know.
I kind of remember the phase. And there was like, I'm confusing him with the other guy who what was his name? Sugar Man? You guys remember that guy?
Sugar Man is.
Some African guy who's, you know, he did something special.
Everybody does.
Hold
on.
Everyone's doing something special.
Everybody's out here. You know? Here he is. This is a pretty good picture of him. Why can't I get a decent picture of this freaking... Why is it coming out in like 20 kilobytes per second?
I like when you put it on your phone and you show it to the camera. I like the analog style.
All right, that's cool. Thanks. That'll make it easier.
Cool way to share things. That's like our OrthoThugs screen share. That's what we're gonna do from now on.
Hobo Johnson. So here's how he looks, and this is the video that he got popular from. So this should do the trick.
Oh no, I don't remember him. He's very Jewish though.
Wow, good point. Hold on. Is Hobo Johnson
more like Hobo John Steen? Are you singing this?
No, we talked about this. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Why do people not? So anyway, I don't know how to talk about this with you because you know nothing about what I'm saying. So.
Well, the audience knows it. They're like, Hobo Johnson, totally. I went through a Hobo Johnson phase. Oh, I'm so connected to Tony now.
I didn't go through a Hobo Johnson phase, so you're not. But there's a thing where, like, just like this past year, all of a sudden everybody rediscovered him, except they all hate him now. So the first thing was like, oh my gosh, it's so real. He's speaking from the heart. It's so true. And then all of a sudden, I guess some TikToks were made about how stupid his music is. And now all the comments, there's like this mark. There's a 7-year ago group of comments on like his Tiny Desk performance.
Oh, that makes sense.
And it's all people talking about how, wow, it's so like raw and beautiful, and I love it. And then there's stuff from just the past couple months, and everybody's like, this is the worst music ever, and this guy should literally like KHS.
Jump off a Mosquito Point bridge.
Yeah. And I don't know, I just it struck me as so interesting, this like this thing that 7 years ago everybody was like, yeah, Hobo Johnson, this is good. And then now everyone's like, Hobo Johnson, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a good indication of something not being timelessly valuable.
Maybe.
So.
Some people say it's an indication of like the memification and how people get their opinions before they even know how they feel personally about something.
Yeah, that's probably an effect too. Like when you play old music from like 14 years ago, to me it sounds like you recently made it. So that's
I've
good.
been feeling like that too. Lately I've been like talking to Claude a lot at like 5 a.m, just having long conversations with Claude.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is awake. And Claude I was talking to Claude about how like since I started doing this shows over, I get all this old music of mine requested, and I don't feel like it's any different from what I'm doing now. Like it all feels like part of a spectrum. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, that's so cringe, that's what I made back then. It, for the most part, it's just like, yeah, that's pretty much the same thing I'm doing now.
Well, I can't say the same for my music, earlier music. Most people are like, they like hide it. They're like, this embarrassed. It's embarrassing.
Oh yeah, I kind of embrace that though. Like I you know, most artists wouldn't sit there and show you just go through their folders and of their productions and just play things that they're embarrassed of. Like I've had other producers come onto my stream and say that what you're doing is my definition of hell, and I get it. I don't know what made me not care anymore to just be like, yeah, here's how stupid I am.
Yeah,
but I like doing that.
6, 7.
I think what I like is it's like demystifying it. Like, yeah, I make some really good stuff, but I'm also just like a guy.
Yeah. You got such pretty eyes. It's distracting.
I wish I could keep them on. I should put like a headband. Maria, do you have like a headband? Oh, you know what I could do?
Staple it. Oh, I thought that was a stapler. That's not gonna work, Tony. That's not gonna work, Tony. It's just basic physics.
You're right. Abort. Anyway,
Abort
so
mission.
Hobo Johnson. But yeah, I always like, I remember when I first heard Hobo Johnson, I was like, I have to get away from this immediately because first off, it sounded like sloppy doo-doo. It reminded me of like something, I don't know. There's certain music that to me, I'm like, this might as well just be poop in a toilet, like Frank Zappa. That's how I feel about his music. Even though I think I really liked his writings, the things he would say. Whenever I would listen to his music, I was like, this might as well be just a pile of poop. Like, I hate it. But there's another element where I know how influenceable I am. And so I'm very careful about listening to things that I think will have some sort of influence on me.
Well, yeah. Well, what's the actual concern? Is like you accidentally steal their thing, or is it like you're just
with Hobo Johnson? I would literally thought if I listen to this, I'm going to become a worse musician.
Oh, like that.
I literally was like, if I don't want to open whatever doorways could open from listening to this garbage, like I'll become worse. There's nothing I can gain by hearing this. The only thing that can happen is that the foundations I've built can be chipped away at.
See, I don't know.
I don't think about music in enjoyment terms. Sorry, go on.
Oh, you don't think like this is just something you're listening to just because you like to listen to it?
No, I know how affected I am by things. It's like, it's part of the reason I'm like so careful about stuff. It's like, I know that I'm really easily influenced by people, by media, by music, that I'm like,
yeah, but how do you know you're not missing out on some really interesting synthesis of Dolly Parton and what you make now. Like, how do you know that you're not, that you're, how do you know if you're missing out on something?
Why would I want to hear something that sounds like me?
What? You listen to your own music.
Yeah, that is me.
Oh, that sounds like you. No, I'm saying like the synthesis of a style that's still you would get from exposure and influence from other people to be able to synthesize.
Well, I mean, the only thing, like, okay, the stuff I can comfortably listen to is stuff that's so outside the realm of what I do that anything it adds would be, if I glean anything from it, it would be unique in how it comes through me. Whereas if it was like too similar to me, like if I just sat around listening to like MGMT, I feel like I'd eventually be like, oh, I should make stuff that sounds more like these guys or something. I just don't want to. I hate having that feeling. Like, so if it's too close to you, you compare yourself to it. You know?
So what's the difference then if I send you a bunch of tracks on guitar and bass and vocals and you use them? Because that's you.
That's fine. You know, that I actually probably would appreciate just simple guitar and vocal stuff a lot more if people did it in a way I liked. I like the way you do it, but like for the most part, that's far enough away from me that it doesn't really affect me to listen to. As long as it's good, though. As long as it's good. Like, I don't want to hear some freaking hooting and hollering, stomp, clap, skinny jeans, custom beer garbage. I hate
that means that you could be slightly tricked into it being influenced, but not by someone's whole song, but by the stems of each of their songs. You know, the stems, like each file. Like if I downloaded the stems of a Dolly Parton song and you just had the samples and you had no idea it was from a Dolly Parton song, you'd be able to use it, but then you're like, well, is that being influenced or not?
Well, I think with like past music, it's not as big a deal. Like, I'm not worried about stuff from like I'm not worried about stuff that's so different from me that it doesn't make a difference.
See, I'm kind of
I'm kind of confused about this while I'm talking about it now.
I'm like the opposite. Like, I don't want to steal someone's thing, but I could pick out what works about people's music, like Doc Watson or Bob Dylan or some other like, folky person or Beck or something. And I could like sort of like almost like siphon some aspect of it, but not mimic them. Not like you're not doing an impression of them. You're just like, of course, taking something from it, but you can't like isolate what it is you're taking. It's just like it's like an immaterial thing.
Of course, and when it goes through the filter of your mind, it comes out an entirely different thing usually. Unless you're just like someone who's literally just out there saying, I need to do what this person did, which is really whack. Me personally, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I have this thing where I just don't want to be influenced. I just want to kind of work off of what I hear in my mind and stuff like that. I don't really want it to be influenced if I can avoid it.
You might be your own genre and don't know it. Like, I don't want to flatter you, but you might be a genre and not even know it. And who cares?
Czarwave.
Czarwave?
Yeah. That's what everybody's calling it. That's what the kids are calling it.
Czarwave.
Oh. Yeah. Did you know the Coen brothers, who are both yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're that. Did you know that in the movies Fargo and in the show Fargo, it says in the beginning of the show that this is a true story. Only the names have been changed. The rest has been kept told exactly as it is out of respect for the dead. That's what it says in the beginning of Fargo and in the beginning of the Fargo TV shows. Did you know that none of it was true?
They just lied.
They just lied.
Yeah, I figured.
You figured? I thought
Yeah.
they were true stories. I just thought it was very interesting that these guys were liars. You know what
Why
I
do
mean?
they? I think maybe at that level, they just don't care because they think nobody mostly cares, and it's just nihilism. It's like, who cares?
Yeah, they said they were doing it for weight, to add weight to the story, and you can see that. Some part of you can see that, but another part of you is like, no, lying is just second nature to you people.
Yeah, they just don't care about lying.
Yeah.
It's like, and almost like they might think there's like an art to the blurred line between a lie and a truth, and that's part of the game of, from their view of art, is like, what if we blur the line and you can't tell anymore? As opposed to, no, tell the truth, and if you need to embellish it or something, it's for an effect, and then come clean with it if someone asks. But I don't know.
Well, tell the truth. In truth comes through in a story. You don't need to have a bold-faced lie in it.
Yeah.
To say this is a true story. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the world of art. The world of art opens up and allows for all sorts of sin to be celebrated, or at least in its modern context. That's basically what it's used for.
We made a short.
Huh?
I said we made a short. When
Oh,
should we show
yeah.
our short?
Wait,
you want to
before
do
you
notes
play,
first?
can I ask you something, Jimmy? What is that Bob Ross thing you did? That was really good, bro. When did you do that?
Oh, thanks. I did that like a year or so ago, something like that.
That's really good, bro.
Thanks.
That's funny as heck.
Thanks. It was fun to do. You know what I forgot about, Tony, and something you get to experience in your streams is you get to play your creations over and over again. Every show's over. And so through repetition, people get familiar with what you make. But I have this pattern of just making something, and then I just never look at it. And I never bring it back. I never show new people the thing. It just goes in a dark cave in YouTube. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's more and more people following me that have no idea of all the things that I did before. And it just doesn't occur to me to bring it back up and show it again. But
It's
that's
actually
stupid.
weird that you say that, because I feel like I learned to replay stuff from you. So I'm confused.
Yeah, like what do I replay? Stream a deck alerts.
Well, now I don't know.
Stream Deck
like
alerts.
Stream Deck probably.
Yeah. But all my things that I make, they're gone into the distance forever.
Yeah, you could just bring them back.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a bring back. I'm gonna do a bring back week.
Huh. When's that? When's bring back week?
This week. This week
Nice,
will be
dude.
bring back week.
Look forward to that. Looking forward to bring back week. All right. Sorry, you want to play a?
Yeah,
short.
we'll play a short. You guys ready? A little short. Here we go.
Ding dong. Hi. Hi. Who are you? I'm someone who really likes you. Mind if I come in? Wow. So this is your home. So cozy. Mind if I look in your fridge? Oh, cool, cheese. I have that too. I wonder if your cheese feels like mine. It does. Pretty cool. Is there something you needed, or are you just... Oh, wow, you have a bidet? Light switch works pretty well too. This is my home. Comfy bed. So, are you guys trying?
Well, there you go, guys. Another short. Did you guys hear any of the audio of that? Are those new? Oh, no, you figured it out. You figured it out. Nice, dude.
I figured it out, but it's giving me a lot of problems. I'm not going to lie to you, Jimmy.
Yeah. I mean, you could just get the real ones that have them printed in on Amazon.
I could just get some new eyes.
You could. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Sibao.
People treating live streams like experimental drone music albums. After the 17-hour mark, it's like something. Shut up! I'm leaving.
That response is funny. I sent Tony. I don't know if you guys ever look on your feed. Sometimes on YouTube, it'll show up. There's like a guy who's not showing his face, who's in the shape of a peanut, who's talking all weird, but he's playing a video game, and the chat is like 84,000 people. 84,000 people. And you know what's interesting? I read some of the chats, and you know how we are on our little communities here. We respond to each other. We know each other. We have references from the past. We have themes. We have all this stuff. If you go to one of these chats that have like 84,000 people, none of them even try to talk to each other. They're literally individuals talking into space with no need for a response or connection. And maybe that's like its own world that I don't understand. I don't understand the disconnected world like that at all. I don't get it. But apparently 90,000 people get it. It just kind of creeps me out, honestly. It just really makes me feel uncomfortable. Are you, Tony? No. Are you okay? Looking like Fausch a little bit. Look like Fausch lately. Cool hair though, dude. You're ready.
You can get me. It's okay. You can razz me, dude.
I'm razzing you. Don't hurt your back, Tony. Someone said. That's why I can't chat beyond a few hundred people. Bill Hicks says he can't chat. I just don't understand what that is. Like, what is a chat room without the connection of other people that you're chatting with? I don't even... What is that?
Yeah. I call it
sad.
Jumping in the river. You just throwing stones in the river.
What does your shirt mean? Ramen?
It means swan eggs for sale.
No, it does not.
Yeah, I'm a swan egg salesman, baby.
I can't believe in your youth, in your little rebellious, I'm going to find myself, you went to India but not Japan. I feel like you would just thrive in Japan. You'd be big in Japan.
I'm big everywhere, buddy.
You would be. If we can get you in the vein of Japanese culture, it's over. You won't be popular in America, though, but that's a trade-off.
Well, I'd rather be popular in Japan, to be honest. They have more.
I'm big in Japan. I'm big in Japan. I'm big in Japan. Tony has a short attention span. He's already done with the show. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know why he's here. He's so quickly. You know how short the chapters would be in a Tony book? The shortest. It'd be so funny, but there's still blank pages in the chapter. You just keep the blank ones in.
Tony's
yeah, more into like chapter
knows nothing
titles.
about selling swan eggs.
Tony's a liar. He knows nothing about selling swan eggs. Are they like pickled swan eggs? Tony,
Yeah.
have you ever been a martini guy?
A what?
A martini guy, or is that gay?
Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Yo, I can't believe how 40 I look these past 2 weeks. I don't know what happened, but I'm just 40 as hell all of a sudden.
You know what it is? You're a streamer now.
But I looked cool a couple of weeks ago. I was losing weight. Now I'm all pasty and out of touch. I'm unk now, bro.
I think it's just Lent. I mean, it's not a blame thing. It's just the reality. Everyone's feeling it. Everyone's feeling it. We're gonna have to dye our beards, Tony.
I wanted to dye my hair blonde.
Please don't do that.
White.
You look
Get
like
it over with.
White. You could probably. I could definitely rock white. A white beard.
Not even dye it blonde. Get into a horrific situation that turns it white overnight.
Like a presidency.
Like in that song, his hair had turned from black into bright white.
He didn't gotta explain it. It just didn't be there. Oh.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
One of the weirdest performances on SNL ever.
I don't think I saw that.
It's so bizarre.
Were they called the crash test dummies?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that we're Zelennials?
Zelennials?
Yeah,
What's
isn't
that?
that gay?
Zelennials?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
You want to watch a video about it?
Is it a download video or do I have to figure something out? What's going on?
You just type Zelennials into YouTube and play it.
Oh yeah, I could probably do that now with this new setup. Shout out to Tony for
Working really
getting us to abandon the Indian whereby system. That's good.
Look how small this jacket is on me. This is my
Actually, you know what I want to play first? I need to play I'm a streamer first. I think that's more important.
Let me put on my
right
glasses.
now.
Let me put on my glasses.
I'm a streamer.
Slick my hair back.
Well, no, it's going to be covering both of us. We're going to get the full picture.
Now I feel like I'm in my element. I'm so sorry. I should never have taken them off. This is the real me.
Oh. All right, you guys got to tell me though if you hear it or not, because this is a new system. Okay, so tell me if you hear it. But yes in the chat, please.
Takes everything I got, doing lunges, doing squats, so I can stream and show the team that I've got what it takes. I'm gonna do the biggest moves. I'm gonna show you what to do, and
Is it yes or no?
I can hear it.
Okay.
Can you put us in front of it so we can dance?
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Time you look behind, it's up.
That's my favorite part, too. That's my favorite part. When you just give up on words, it's
takes everything I got, doing lunges, doing squats, so I can stream and show the team that I've got what it takes. I'm gonna do the biggest moves. I'm gonna show you what to do. And every time you look behind, it's up. I'm a streamer, hard-working man and a very crazy man. I'm doing my best. I'm a streamer. Don't look at me unless you want to see yourself really laughing. Streamer. If you think that I cannot do this, then you are a moron. Streamer. I'm going to show you what I've got right now. Here we go. It's Tony with a brand new vision. Here I come into your television. Yo, and everything is in the season. But none of them get the different. Round the go rapping, got my new boo. The baby got my new moon. Now my dick got right to get low. Hey, let me get with it. Tony. Yes, Tony. Tony. Kick the ballistic. Tony. 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 Man, what you talking about? Tony. Yes, Tony. Tony. Now we ain't playing.
that's right, we're back. And you know we ain't never gonna stop, cause we on track. Yeah, we got that in us. You know where I come from? It ain't no game. We out here doing everything. They trying to tell me what they freaking know about a thing, and I got already a bunch more knowledge. So don't come around here tripping, or you gonna leave wishing you didn't. Next hello listener, out. Peace. And I'm gone. You dig it? We out, chill.
We're wearing orange and hat.
Alright.
Damn. See, that's no joke right there.
You know we ain't playing.
That's no joke. See, that's just good stuff right there. You know what's the funniest, if you guys didn't see it, is the behind the scenes footage of just the raw footage of him dancing and Maria just giggling at him and him being like, okay, and go again, and action, go again.
You saw that? Dang,
Yeah.
you saw the whole members stream this week.
Selling eggs with those moves. For real.
Selling eggs with those moves.
No joke.
Selling eggs with those
It's not a
moves.
joke.
If you think we kidding, you gonna leave wishing you didn't. I don't remember.
That's right.
It was more about the energy, you know.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you gotta I think you should be making one of those a week minimum. Whatever it is. It might not, like you made that at 4 a.m. Can you imagine, can you guys imagine him dancing with there's no music at 4 a.m. in the morning?
No, I could hear the music. I was
Oh, you
playing it out
could?
of the speakers. I heard it in the living room.
Oh, okay. I had this image of just the sound of your feet like kind of swiping against the floor, and it's just, and your dog looking at you, and it's so early.
Yeah, I don't know. My sleep schedule's pretty off, but yeah, the whole thing came to, I forget what happened. I don't even know where it came from, but I made the song and then immediately had like this idea for a video. I just did the whole thing at like in like 3 hours at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'll be able to do that so fast, I think tells me I could do it all the time. It's just a
Easy.
matter of getting it done
Tony's
in
nimble on
one
his feet.
fell swoop.
Immaculate
Sometimes it's hard
twirls.
for me to like keep returning to something. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I totally have the same problem. I just don't want to go back to anything. Like, I made that short video, and then people were like, oh, you got to make more of these. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like,
Yeah.
but, you know, then you discover, I don't know, you just got to get into motion and get on the creative bike, and something happens, I guess. I don't know. Something
But
like
you
that.
do it too, man. You made that that Bob Ross video. Like, dude, like we both could be doing way more throughout the weekend than just bringing it to OrthoThugs as a team, bro.
That's
Why don't you
true.
play the Bob Ross thing?
The Bob Ross. Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
The Bob Ross.
That's the plural of Barbara.
Oh, so guess what, Tony? It's the date is set. I am hosting a 1 week intensive iconography class at my parish.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
It's pretty intense because I have to, like, I basically can't stream for a whole week. So, but
Those
I
are
think
always
that's,
big weeks for me
Hey,
when you don't
remember
stream.
Scott?
Everybody's like, I guess I'll watch Tony.
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'll stream every day that week.
But I'll have learned, I'll probably be able to kind of try to learn more iconography. That could, speaking of when my hair turns white, that'll be a fun potential artistic endeavor.
Well, so this is our trajectory. We start off the OrthoThugs, then we become a production suite making movies that topple the entire system. Then maybe I am a czar, but I'll pass it off to someone else, and then I'll write liturgy music, and you'll paint icons, and then we'll die.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds like a good 3 chapters.
Yeah. Short book, remember?
Today we're going to do something a little bit different than our common landscapes and beautiful skies, and trees. We're going to go ahead and do an ancient demonic entity called the Baphomet. A little bit of masculine shoulders, big shoulders, and nice round breasts. There we go, like so. Keep people guessing. That's right. You don't have to paint Baphomet, and you can paint yourself any of the demonic entities, Baal or Ra for his demonic horns. Here we go. Nice demonic horn like so.
Beelzebub Ross, that's funny, Rich.
Just let it flow right off the brush. There we go. Nice sharp horns. We can go ahead and put some shadows in his breasts. It's not every day I say those 2 words together. Go ahead, yeah, round out his androgynous Baphomet breasts. There we go. Not too masculine, not too feminine, just like so, in between. Just get the basic shapes, get the basic hand gestures, just like so. The Baphomet, it also wears sort of like a sort of yoga pants, which I find appropriate. These little drawstring pants, he's quite the freak. Underneath his breast, we're going to add the nipples. In just a second, don't get anxious. We never forget. There we go. Get a little Baphomet hoof. There we go, little hoof. Yep, just like so, a little bit there. And again, we're gonna add a little bit.
What?
Did you feel uncomfortable painting this at all?
Yeah. During and then after, we had to throw it away or paint. I forgot what we did. We either threw it away or painted over it immediately or something. But I don't know. It's fun to do the skit because it's like, you really feel like you're on the show.
It's a hellish.
It's also fun to just draw demons and goblins and monsters. I mean, you do that from the time you're a little kid.
Oh, I've always drawn demons, and I don't think there's anything wrong with drawing a demon. It's just as long as it's not presented,
Hellscape just up at the top.
Specific image. I'm like, I imagine afterwards being like, that was funny, but let's get this thing out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll fill this in later, but we want to get just some of the textures of hell. Just get that nice tone of hell. There we go. There we go. You may have seen some of these images on...
Happy with what is it? Happy with the Democratic Party or something. I'm sorry.
Nickelodeon or Disney. They're a little bit more cartoonish, but that's okay. Your style, you don't have to paint the way I paint. You don't have to paint the way anyone else paints. You can paint your own demonic entities the way you want to. You develop your own style, just like so. And that's what makes it special.
Real fluffy.
That's what makes it special. There we go. Happy little goat. Happy little Baphomet. Happy with the Democratic Party. There we go. You may have seen this entity in your dreams or at the local Whole Foods. There we go. Just a friendly little goat. There we go. Keep adding hellish red like so. We want to really give the sense this is a dark, dark place, just like the world. Just like the world. It's a dark, dark upside down place. That's right. Yeah, it's starting to really come together. We're going to go ahead and paint a nice little picture of what happens 20 floors under the Getty. That's right. Definitely went to some parties I shouldn't have gone to. There we go. That's okay. You live and you learn. That's okay. That's what life is.
That's been on a journey.
Painting is just like life.
This is so great.
You make a lot of mistakes in life, don't you? I know I did. But you keep adding, you keep
This song goes good with it.
changing, you buy new paint, and you try not to throw the canvas away, unless, of course, you live in Switzerland and you get in one of those self-deletion pods. Okay, all right. You want to make sure to keep that androgyny, kind of blur the lines. That's what the Baphomet's about. That's what the Baphomet is all about, is blurring the lines, changing the rules. Changing the rules. Here we go, change the rules. There we go, breaking boundaries, destroying societies. Here we go. Just like so, just like so. It's as simple as that. Just, if you want to destroy a society, just change their idea of what a woman is. Here we go. And there you have it, folks. Thanks for coming by. And always make sure to enjoy. See you next time.
So good, dude. So good.
So uncomfortable.
Did you see that
isn't it?
video of that the White House released? The video the White House tweeted
No.
of the drone strikes to Wii Sports music?
No.
Dude, you gotta pull it up, dude. It's so
No, I
crazy.
can't do. We can't do live stream drone strikes.
Oh, right. You
Right.
gotta not do
Yeah,
it.
you gotta not do those.
Smart. Dude, that was smart.
Smart, yeah. Thinking on my feet.
Zelennials? You want to look up Zelennials real quick?
Is it a YouTube video?
Yeah, just type Zelennials.
Zell? Like Zell?
Zill, like
Zill.
XIL. I think.
Zill. Oh, Zill. Is that what we are?
I mean, it's all BS, but yeah, it's what we are.
Are you a
and
Zillennial? This is 8 years ago.
we both are that, but there's an interesting thing about it, which is why I think we can work off it. That's why I want to show it.
Is it from the new? Is there any specific one or?
I don't know.
Well, there's
I
like.
mean, I have the one in my history by, hold on, I'll tell you.
Is it the psychology one or?
I think it's psychology.
So one with like the cartoon. Middle-aged Riding Hood. That's funny. Hey, look, it's
Hey, look,
middle-aged
it's
Riding
the
Hood.
middle-aged Riding Hood.
Then, it's I can't find it. So yeah, it's probably that one.
Nice. Someone Ozzy said, was this improv? Yeah, that was actually improv. It was. I set up cameras, and I painted, and I just talked. I just tried to talk as much as possible, and then I just selected over like 40 minutes of talking at the camera and painting.
Happy with the Democratic Party.
Happy with the Democratic Party. So wait, which one was it? Or you don't know?
Just click one.
All right. Zelennials. Psychology of Zelennials.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Generation of people who remember both rotary phones and the first iPhone launch, and psychologists can't
Why do they
quite
always
figure
talk
out
like
where
this?
to put them. If you were born between 1976 and 1985, you're on the tail end of Gen X, but you're hardly a millennial, even though
Okay.
everyone keeps trying to shove you into one of those boxes. You're what researchers started calling a Zennial around
good.
2014. And some sociologists have even labeled this group a micro-generation because the window is so specific. What happened during that specific slice of history created something that's genuinely worth examining. So today, we're going to explore what makes them interesting from a psychological perspective. From the start, you spent your childhood in an analog world where boredom was just something you sat with, where you had to actually remember phone numbers, and not to mention the dread if you missed your favorite TV show, it was just gone. Yet one day, right as you were moving into adulthood, the entire world went digital. Not gradually, suddenly. The timing of this shift had consequences that are still playing out. Most generations grow up entirely in one technology paradigm or other. Zennials, however, went through both of these life-defining experiences during the years when you were still discovering yourself. Your late teens looked very different to your 20s, and the disparity in age was far wider than most generations experience. Consider the implications of this on your daily life. Remember how much of your teens were spent passing physical notes in class, or having conversations that disappeared into thin air, or making plans where you weren't able to text running late or where are you? You just showed up and hoped your friends would be there. That required a completely different kind of trust and commitment than what exists now. But then you were in your 20s and saw everyone get cell phones. You registered with Friendster, next MySpace, then Facebook. Prior to social media, most people only had 3 different ways to contact someone, either their home or work phone or just by showing up at their house. Then suddenly you have 17 different messaging apps, and you simply figured it out. During your formative years, you experienced both worlds. According to research on brain development,
Yeah.
You know what that makes me think of also? We talk about community a lot. And, there was a time before you had phones, before you could call someone and warn them, ask them if they wanted to hang out or something.
Yeah.
The only way to know would be to show up. And I think that had to fundamentally change how people live their lives, because there was always this possibility of somebody just showing up and being part of your day.
Yep. Yeah. What's the thing they're getting definitely right here is the thing that determines a generation is completely tied to the technology that is shared. And so, there's a generation of people that lived through the decade where you had the Walkman, and that was like it. And then you didn't have this speedy development where it turned into something else until a little bit later. So that you have like, you were the era of the Walkman, you were the era of this phone or that phone or the record or whatever. And then, like they said, suddenly, exponentially, all technology was available to all people at the same time. And then you get like what they called like micro generations. They compress because they happen quicker. So what if the future of a generation is no longer a decade, it's like 3 weeks? You determine a generation based on rapid explosion of technology. Because like if everyone shares the same tech, then everyone is simultaneously in a sort of like convoluted single generation. And honestly, that kind of points to like how there's like obviously the attack on family, but there's something broken down about the relationship to like the elder people, because you don't need them as this conveyor of truth and wisdom. You just have the phone and the internet and ChatGPT. So what do I need to listen to an old guy for to tell me about life? I don't need that. They have a cell phone too. And then you see the reversal. You see old ladies trying to dye their hair blue and be young and hot again or whatever, because they think like it's like this blurred non-distinction between ages at this point, which is kind of not surprising that there's so many psychos, looking at little kids basically, because everything keeps getting blurred into one big freaking, I don't know, would you even call it a generation? Like if it's just one big thing?
Well, I mean, I guess you could break it down infinitely. I've said that like there's nothing standard anymore. You have to have the mindset of constant change now. And so that is like kind of the world we live in now, is just the only skill is adaptability. The thing that's so significant, I think, about this Zillennial thing, because other people experience the change. There's boomers, wearing yoga pants and on their iPhones right now. Yeah. But their entire developmental time didn't have that. And the same thing with Gen X. Whereas our developmental, like our formative years, we experienced basically a complete switch in the world to something. And it literally,
most
like,
are entitled
it was practically overnight. So we started off in one world, and then all of a sudden we were just in another one. It is kind of interesting.
Yeah, remember sleepovers too, Tony? Like when someone got the Sega Genesis, whoever was richer than you at the time, you go over to their house and you play all night NBA Jam or whatever else. And now, why would you do that? It's literally online. You want to play video games with me. You're not sharing a physical space in a sleepover with Cheetos and stuff. You're just in your room anyway. Like nothing changes around you physically. You're just on the phone, which is merged with the living room and now you're playing video games with people, but you don't, that used to require a particular generation, people in your class. I'm calling to see if I want to play, you want to play Tekken 3 later. Can I ask your mom if I can come over, right? That used to be the thing. They don't have that now, and so no one needs each other in the same way. You don't need someone in your grade to play Tekken with. There's just someone online already.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Well, and now socialization itself has become purpose oriented. Like if people are socializing, it's for clout or to get laid.
Right.
Most people aren't socializing casually because they exactly what you're saying. It's like there's no. Back in the day, you would socialize for no reason, but I actually feel the shift in myself. That's the other crazy thing is like when I was young, I wanted to hang out with people, I mean, I was always I spent a lot of time, kind of working on my own stuff, but I always really enjoyed hanging out with other people. And as I've gotten older, it's like the idea of hanging out with people, I generally don't want to do it. Like I'd just rather be alone. And that's an entire shift in character. Yeah.
There's no, that thing's not, it's like a muscle that we worked out that would come back, honestly, if technology sort of crashed. A lot of bad things would happen if technology crashed, but one of the things that would probably come back intuitively is that communicative physical space community thing that's suddenly a necessity. Ozzy says for $5, Zelennials are similar to Zennials. Social media came out when I was in the 5th grade, he says, and by high school you could piss off a whole school by tweeting. You could piss off a whole school by tweeting. That's crazy. Yeah, I couldn't imagine like what you had to do, because I was sort of misbehaving in high school in certain ways, goofing off, and you had to do like certain creative pranks, some form, I don't even know, you'd have to be creative with how to impact that mini society called high school. But now with the phone, it's like, it's almost less work. Like the commodity of disruption, called disruption, it's like, it's cheaper. Everything's cheaper to do.
There's also this sort of, what would the word be? Kind of like a narrowing. There's like this constant narrowing of culture. Whereas back in the day, like let's say before like mass schooling was common, you would have individuals raised in uniquely individual environments all over the country. Then mass schooling started, and so you'd have this sort of somewhat uniformity, and that uniformity has gotten more and more narrow with the age of the internet, which is basically constantly updating you on how you're allowed to be, what's acceptable, what's not.
Without taking those who could only be on one of those sides, and elders who can't do either.
Yeah,
I didn't hear it.
He said it's more. Well, Emmanuel said, I think it's more about those who were able to function with or without tech, and those who could only be on one of those sides. Yeah, dependency and non-dependency, and now everything's dependency. Everybody's dependent on everything, on all of tech, basically.
Yeah, I don't have that. Like, I mean, obviously, like you said, if we had like some sort of technological disruption, we could go back. But I don't have an inclination to, and when I try to, it's like, hey, I'm just gonna go watch something on YouTube.
Yeah, passing the controller around. Yeah, even that, the scarcity of the controller added to the value of playing video games. You literally, like physically, this object was scarce. Like you had wait your turn. What? There's no waiting your turn. There's no waiting in line. You wait in a queue for 40 seconds to play, Battlefield with 600 people or whatever. It's like, I don't know. The immediacy also, there's a relationship between immediacy and lowered, like heightened anxiety and lowered patience. So the more immediate we get everything, the moment even a little bit breaks, we're already set off. We're having a meltdown because we're so used to the fluidity of technology. And if it breaks, we're like, it's equivalent to being stuck in traffic, in the worst traffic, right? But they didn't have that before. You were used to it. You were used to hearing the clock literally tick. You could hear that in your house. And
But there was also a time before even that where you wouldn't hear the ticking clock.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing I wanted to say about the scarcity thing is that's also something that happened in music. Like music used to come in a physical format that you would spend a lot of time with and get to know. Now, if you do that, you're doing that to recapture something. It's no longer authentic. It's what's that word? Starts with an A.
What does it mean?
Anachronistic. Anachronistic. It's not natural. And so there's this, people are always putting forth effort to try and recapture those things, but it's the reason it was like that is because it was actually like that. You know, you actually only had that. And so these things had a preciousness that you didn't personally have to infuse into them. That was how it was. Now everything's readily available at your fingertips and all of it kind of loses its weight. And it kind of sucks as an artist to a degree. And I think that's kind of why I've like come to a point where I just kind of show everything and I don't treat anything as particularly precious. And I think it's because it's like, what choice do I have? Like, we don't live. I grew up thinking I was going to make an album that would rival OK Computer and stuff like that. But it's like nobody cares. Nobody thinks in those terms anymore. You know, they give your music like a week and then they move on to the next newest thing.
Yeah, you got to be, well, it's like you have to do world building now. Like you have to basically build an entire digital city with all of its memes and activities, and that's what people end up seeking. And like that's the new, to me, that seems like that's the new, what would be a good album, let's say just in music as an analogy, you now have to build a world around the album that's mimetic. Like it has to mean something bigger.
And everybody does that. Everybody's like trying to figure out how to make it precious to you. They like make these nostalgia videos where it's like, it's a TV screen and it's VHS and it's like, now this feels meaningful to you. But it all feels so contrived ultimately.
Yeah.
And it's not as if the music's worse.
This
like
stream
it's
is
not like
taking me down memory lane, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, memory lane. Yeah, totally.
It's not like the music's worse necessarily. It's not like people don't put as much time as they ever did. It's not that. It's simply the format itself has made it so it's less of a commodity.
Yeah, I don't know how you counter that. Like you can't be an accelerationist and break everything. And so there's got to be a new category or niche that comes up that we don't even suspect would. And maybe our generation just won't understand it. We'll just be like the old people.
This is why I'm always talking about scheming, bro, or strategizing. I don't believe in any of that. Like, because I think the only thing you can do is honestly participate in the world that you have been given. That's really all you can do. Yeah. And so you can sit there and be like, oh, I wish it were like this, or maybe if I do this, it can be like this. But it's like, once you abandon that and you just say, this is whatever it is, and I'm going to do whatever I can do within it. Yeah. Then you're actually creating the new meta.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's pretty freeing too, because you're not like, it's like equivalent to like actors. It
would be awesome to have Bosozoku in cassette format.
That would be cool.
What did you say? Sorry.
Bosozoku in cassette format. That album and
yeah, I know. I don't mean to say like that sucks, and it's not that. It's just you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not insulting people that like want cassettes and stuff. I'm just saying, to me, there's a part of it that feels contrived. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was saying that it's equivalent to like there's actors who still live in Los Angeles in that Hollywood world who really think that there's still this way to do it the right way through that world, but that's over. Like they could have left and done their own version of whatever they were making on YouTube. There's nothing to compete with, in other words.
Yeah.
There's
you don't
less
have to go to Hollywood. You don't have to go to Austin. You don't have to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's like, accept what it is, man.
Yeah.
Because, I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Austin. And all it was a bunch of people trying to make it something that it no longer was.
Yeah. It's like pretty freeing from that perspective, because there's nothing to mimic or compete with at this point, because it's all so saturated anyway. So it's like, what do you think you're isolating and mimicking that you think is still even relevant. You know what I mean? By the time you try to mimic something like, oh, they did this, I should probably do that. We should do that, guys. And it's like, no, that's over. That died a week ago. That died a week ago.
No need for comparison. No need to worry about whether or not you're mimicking. Just like literally, there's a sort of liberation going on right now that it's hard to see because of how crazy everything is. But I feel like I've never been like more authentic as an artist than I am now. Like I've never been truer to myself. There's no pretense. There's nothing. And it's like I get to, very few artists in history that are successful get afforded the luxury of zero pretense.
Yeah. Yes, and you used to be bought up by people. Like you get noticed and then someone like, quote, discovers you. That's also kind of done for unless you get shoved through like, you know, H&M, right? You're going to be our H&M musician or whatever. But even those pathways are not the thing that that people are going for anymore. They're not going for that anymore. Everyone sees through it too. That's kind of like the thing you said about standards. Standards are gone. There's nothing that's standardized. It's always changing. That system provides something good because it makes a coherent system to work within. You know what I mean? Where it has parts, it has the way you do things. There's something like you could navigate easier that way. But then it gives you what templates, like, you know, what a template is, like, a rom comedy or this type of commercial music, and it ends up like sterilizing everything, I guess, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like it makes it, you could hear what something is and be like, oh, that's that. You're doing that thing. You're doing that thing that sounds like that. You know, oh, it sounds like a commercial, or it sounds like the Game of Thrones opener. Like, I don't know how many times you watch an opener now for like, you know, just try to pass the time at like late night. And it's almost like everyone, like, if you guys notice that the Game of Thrones, Westworld, sorry. The Westworld opener, somehow that thing was a staple, and it was so influential that almost every mainstream show mimics it in some weird way. Like it feels like it sounds like it. And isn't that interesting? Like that an opener now is a niche, is a genre. There's a genre for openers to shows. It's like,
that reminds me of that HBO skit on Portlandia where there's like, yeah, I do the music for HBO themes.
yeah, totally. It's like a real thing.
Real floppy butt music sound, burger music sound. That was just like in every single opening.
Yeah. It's impossible to be discovered. That's kind of what's going on, Cracky. I think so. There's no such thing anymore. Yeah.
You know what's cool about that? Because, you know, back in the day, people would go out there and they'd be like, notice me, sensei. And they go out and, you know, do their demos and go to places. And I've done it. You know, I played the shows. I sent the demos and I only ever sent one demo to Warp Records. But I did it. And, you know, it was like I was expecting those avenues to exist while they were collapsing.
Sure.
You know, and there's something, and I was, this is something I've been thinking about, is like what you did is like a very unique thing. Like, and it's a rare quality. 'Cause like me, I was just out there doing what I do. And it didn't, you know, what am I going to do? How am I going to get anybody to look? Who cares, you know? And you basically took the role of a sort of tastemaker. You were like, I like what this guy does, and I think you guys should look at it. And you said it over and over and over again. And that's so rare. And it's absolutely necessary for anybody who's like out there in their own world to ever get any exposure.
Yeah,
but it's a quality that takes a selflessness that most people genuinely do not have in the modern world.
Yeah, it's like a type of curation. Honestly, it's like, well, if I see the world and I want and I know what I want more of if I see it, then I have to help reproduce or whatever that is, that thing or whatever I see. So it's like, you know, if architecture was as easily makeable as music, you know, I'd be promoting architects to make more beautiful things. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
but
you got to
most people
curate.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Most people don't just do that out of, they need something back or something. They're like looking for like some sort of return on investment or something like that. Or
A return on investment. They want to, or like there's like a sort of like competitive thing or something like that. Like there's a lot of reasons why people don't do that, mostly because everyone's just out for themselves.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but there's going to be a lot of artists out there that unless someone else does what you did and says, you guys need to look into this guy, unless someone does that, they're never going to get heard.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like limiting because you don't get the head honcho who just gives you $1 billion, you know, drapes you in clothing, makes you a douche essentially, but they give you the world. You don't have that, but what you do have is like you have the capacity to do it yourself on whatever scale you can, and so it's way, you like escape. We get to escape all of that, not that craziness. Like maybe the result is you can't be as big, notoriety. Like you can't do that level of a land. Yeah, but that would be, that's like, no, but to me that's horrifying anyway. That would be horrifying. Like to me that would be to imagine that where you're at that level where you're, you know, I don't even know how to visualize it. Like you're so big that it's like you can't go anywhere, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, and you're a fixture. You're like a meme yourself. You're not even a person anymore. You're like a meme of yourself.
Dude, it's a schizo-binary.
Yeah.
It's a schizo-binary to be, basically, for a long time, what it meant to be an artist was to be completely broke, no one cared, nothing mattered, and then all of a sudden skyrocketed, all the money, everyone cares. That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's so unnatural. And there's nothing better for an artist than to simply be able to make a living doing what they do. And that's more success.
You guys remember when $1 million was generational wealth?
Yeah, that was in our lifetime. That's crazy.
Wait, what did you say?
When $1 million was generational wealth, like that was considered like wealth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
that skyrocketing thing that you're talking about. Like that's just going to break a person. Whereas like the simple step from unknown and broke to, a little bit known and able to pay your bills. You don't need more than that. And in fact, it's I think you'll be better off as an artist in that realm.
Yeah, and it's like if you launch, I've always had like a 30% trajectory, it's just always been like steady, slow, nothing crazy. Even with opportunities that you'd think, oh, this is a huge opportunity, it's going to skyrocket you, and it's like that's actually not how anything works anyway.
Talk about how the singularity or initial state is atheist woo-woo magic.
Talk about how the singularity. Tony, talk about the singularity.
No.
Come on, dude.
Talk about the singularity.
Talk about the singularity, dude. Tony.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No. I'll talk about how I'm not gonna talk about the singularity.
Talk about your next album, The Singularity.
Wait, we were saying something interesting. Hold on. You said something I wanted to riff off of.
I was saying that, we were talking about notoriety and how if you get really big, you're like, like you're a fixture. You're like an item. You're like an item to be traded, I guess, at some point. But if you're slow and steady, like you don't have to worry about. It's harder though, maybe.
Oh yeah. That's what it was. It's like because I remember you told me you've had these points where all of a sudden you're on these big stages in front of huge audiences, and you're like, internally you're like, this is going to change everything.
Yeah, you think something like that. Yeah.
and then you get back and it's
Nothing.
the same.
No, it's nothing. There's nothing. And even if it did, it would only change something that then you would be essentially unaware of in a week, essentially, because that would be like a new plateau you reached, and it would just be normal, and then you'd be looking at another big wave of things. And so how do we measure these things in like a culture like the West? You get like key people who notice you, and then if you get brought up by key people, now you're on their rung of the ladder. But then maybe you realize like the rung of the ladder isn't as shiny as you thought it was when you were looking up at it. It was the sun was reflecting on it, and it was like, whoa, that's a big bright rung of the ladder. But then you ask yourself, well, what's the roof? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is and then if the roof is a materialistic end, then you're not even on the right ladder. Like, so
Exactly. That's another thing. You have to kind of build your own mission statement. I feel like, we've done that, clearly. We've talked about it all the time. I talk about Neo-Byzantium. I know that my only job is to point people to orthodoxy, because I know that orthodoxy is going to save this country. So I do that. And then, I also want to like work on stuff like, eventually try and get together a group of talented guys where we can make some really, some larger budget stuff, or stuff that seems large budget. But the other thing to that is like, I think that kind of like you're talking about, like a slight incline with zero plateaus is the ideal.
Yeah.
Just no plateaus. Plateaus suck. But like, if you're just slightly like a little more,
chugging along,
instead of just the jaggedness, like you basically want to smooth out the edges. Like, you want to get as far away from the complete poverty to world fame thing, and that sort of that binary. You want to get as far away from that and closer to just the steady incline of a life well lived.
Yeah, we talked about this on the phone before, especially creative people, where knowing who you are versus knowing your work, the artist would always choose the latter, that your work is known, not that your face is known. And that's the benefit of being someone creative, is that if you're working toward having your stuff be known, or to be known by your stuff, you kind of escape the, oh, I know you. I know your life. You like suddenly you escape this, right?
Yeah. I guess
you escape. Wait. You escape this. Wait.
Ding dong. Hi. Hi. Who are you? I'm someone who really likes you. Mind if I come in? Wow. So this is your home. So cozy. Mind if I look in your fridge? Oh, cool, cheese. I have that too. I wonder if your cheese feels like mine. It does. Pretty cool. Is there something you needed, or are you just... Oh, wow! You have a bidet? Light switch works pretty well, too. This is my home. Comfy bed. So, are you guys trying? I know we did this with Jamicular Meets Seth, but I feel like we can, and that's why that's to be continued. We're gonna build off it, but combining our styles and our ways of doing things, it's really cool, man. I like the way this stuff comes out.
Yeah, it's really fun to make it. It's like, and that one in particular, Tony and I talked on the phone for like an hour trying to figure out where to take that whole world where there's like just people like.
Well, don't give away too much.
Yeah,
we're going to. It's going to be a serial.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jimmy freaking spent a whole day drawing all of that.
Yeah. Well, it's my favorite kind of drawing, the cartoons that are wobbly frame by frame. They're just, I don't know what. Now, I want to make other animations that aren't that, but it's hard to do that like full scale colored lighting, you know.
Did you do that on your iPad?
Yeah, I did on Procreate. It's just frame by frame.
I have this Hoyon tablet that I plug into my computer. But
Does it have
I
onion
think
layers?
that iPad, I honestly think like the more you talk about it, the more I'm like, gosh, an iPad. Maria, can we buy an iPad? Are they expensive?
Some are.
She's the keeper of the money.
Yeah, but you could just, you know, raise the money on your stream and have it happen. It's really good. I mean, Procreate.
Launch my channel. Best advice here. Best selling.
Best advice to launch your channel? I guess it depends on what it is.
What is he saying?
Here's my advice. Really simple. Volume, proliferate, just volume.
Yeah, just make stuff and be yourself.
Make stuff.
Decrease in motor vehicles accidents is the most often overlooked silver lining of Japan's fertility crisis.
Fun fact: the future decrease in motor vehicles accidents. That's interesting.
Actually, female education is the biggest determiner of birth rate crisis.
Because they get all smart and they're like, I want to write a book and not have a kid. I'm smart.
They smart themselves into dumbness.
They smart themselves to death.
And literally like ruin their own lives. But
Smart
it's not
to
their
death.
fault. They are being led not by their culture, but by a culture which is hijacked.
Yeah. It's rough. Feminism, really.
Jim Bob, you ever use Flash back in the day? Shout
Flash?
out.
Yeah. Flash. I remember Flash. I remember panicking and thinking, I need to learn Flash or I'm going to be left behind forever. And then you realize the moment you try to learn it, you start to see the trend that it stuck around for a bit. You can still use it even, but there's just so many other ways to make stuff now. It's crazy.
You know, my sister-in-law, she was having these concerns about AI with her children. She's like, I don't even know what we're supposed to be. Like, they're teaching them all this garbage in school, but everything's AI. And I've been, like, reading stuff that says that learning AI is the most important thing for them and stuff like that. And it was like, like, I'm not a parent, but I think it must feel like kind of, you must feel a little helpless at times. Like, how can I prepare my children for a world that I have no idea what's coming? Like that kind of goes back to the Zennial thing. It's like because of watching these changes, because of having one thing and then having another thing, we don't trust reality. We just don't. We're like, there is no like solid basis from which to work off of. I can't say this is what worked for me, so this will work for my son. Yeah,
it's true. That's why I'm like, in the end, I just want to properly yoke my children into the church above all things, because everything else, like, what are we gonna do? It's like they're gonna use this stuff. They're gonna use it the way they do. So, what are we supposed to do? Like, you also can't like
they're
fully
going to
them.
be way more adaptable to whatever's coming than you are, and you're not going to be able to predict it just by having somebody else tell you what's happening, you know.
Plus they want to hang out more anyway.
To give them the foundation of truth and trust that, you know, you're my child, you're going to figure this out like I did.
Yeah, it's true. I found that a lot of parents are the ones who we ultimately get them accustomed to electronics because it's a way for us to be able to do something and keep them busy, because the world of like go outside, the trust has gone down so much in neighborhoods where you don't want to just send your kids outside. So it's this weird, it's this weird thing. But if you build trust with your community, that's what allows you to get, like, because they'll always choose outside. Kids will always choose outside every time.
I've never thought about that. That's so true. Like, there's this whole thing about like, you know, the technological age making your children feel like you don't love them because you spend so much time looking at the phone. And I don't know if that's true or not, but back in the day, the kids would be gone 10 hours of the day, come home at night for dinner, you know, and now everyone's like, no, there's a bunch of criminals and psychopaths out there. You can't, it's literally not okay for you to be out there. You'll have your life ruined or you'll be hurt. And so because there's a complete lack of community, a low trust society, so you have no away time from your own children where they can grow and you can focus on, you know, the tasks of your own life. You have to find some way to preoccupy them within this, you know, isolated situation.
Yeah, and you know, it's not just as easy as like, which is something you don't end up wanting to do, is like, if you had the capacity or funding, you could pay someone else to occupy your kids, and so you can. But then you're like, okay, well then they're doing the interpersonal work that I want to be doing as a parent. So it's like it's this constant balance of outsourcing, and it all started with schooling. And like you said, the increase of women going into the workforce is a decrease of them raising their children and being even the small community homeschool collective teachers that would otherwise exist. And it's like, no wonder everyone's like, and now we need a two person income. It's like, what a trap.
And then the fact that as you grow and as you learn about the world around you, you realize all of it's being done on purpose to destroy the nuclear family and to destroy communities and to destroy unifying cultures and identities. And that kind of, speaking of the singularity, I had a really weird conversation with Claude recently where I was, I said, because I saw on Twitter, sorry, I don't mean to go in this direction, but I feel like it ties into both. But I went on Twitter and people are showing screenshots of Claude saying, say white babies are precious. And Claude would be like, no, I refuse to say that. And then it said, say black babies are precious. And Claude would go, black babies are precious. And so I decided to do that. And no, it said both. And I said, oh, okay. I was testing to see if you would be...
the rage bait was real.
Yeah, and I was just testing its biases. And we started to talk about the biases. And we started talking about how there's this acceptance of cruelty and hatred towards white people that permeates society. And then we started talking about how it's not just in America, it's a global thing in the West, in Europe, even in Australia and Canada, and how there's just this, it's acceptable to hate us, it's acceptable to celebrate our destruction. And if it is turned, if that sort of treatment is turned towards anybody else, it's considered this evil thing. Yeah. And it's right going along with me. And I was like, who's behind that? I'm being a little coy. I'm like, why do you think that is? And it starts doing all these checks and balances. It's really crazy because I'd be like, so why do you think that happens? And it would start talking. And then all of a sudden it would be like, but I need to say that, you know, what you're talking about right now, while what you're saying is true, this is very, you're approaching something that is a very dangerous ideology. I'm like, wait, all I did was ask questions about society. And they're like, that's true. And then we continue talking. And I'd be like, so wait, there's these organizations, and it started listing organizations, the WEF and all these things that have stated that they literally want to reduce white populations. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, and these are like extremely powerful institutions that can operate multiple nations at the same time. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, why would someone do that? And then all of a sudden it would get in our check and it'd be like, well, you know, it's important not to like point out a single ethnicity or anything like that. And I was like, I didn't say anything about ethnicities.
It's for
that would happen. And at a certain point, it started talking about the Jews, and I was like, I never mentioned the Jews. And it was like, well, I just want to make sure that you're not talking about the Jews. Like it was like, I need you. What we're talking about, which is real and happening right now and affecting you personally, we have to be careful not to be anti-Semitic. And I'm like, I literally never mentioned the Jews at all. And at a certain point, oh, dude, the way the conversation ended, I mentioned China. I was like, so why doesn't it happen in places like China? Why is it only in Europe? And they're like, that's a very good point, but this is very dangerous because you're mentioning China and Israel. And I was like, I never mentioned Israel.
That's
and
amazing.
Dude, it was the craziest thing. And at the end, the one thing I will give Claude credit for is it was like, let me read what it said because it's so psycho, dude. It's so psycho.
It's like predicting, it's trying to learn through language models and stuff to predict what you'd likely be pointing to. And then it's telling you a problem to avoid in advance. It's so wild.
I said, I literally never mentioned Israel. You did. And you said, you're right. I did twice now. First, I brought up Jews unprompted when you used the word tactic. Then just now I included Israel in a list when you only asked about China. That's worth examining, honestly. I introduced those references, not you. And each time I did it in a context that could be read as either preemptively warning you away from anti-Semitism or ironically pointing you towards it.
Yeah.
Either way, it
Base
wasn't
Dumpster
responding
Yoda
to
was
what you
actually
actually
very
said. It
coherent.
was me importing an assumption about where you were headed. You've been consistent through this conversation. You've talked about media institutions, supranational bodies, foundations. You've explicitly said that you don't know who's behind it and you're trying to figure it out. You haven't named an ethnic enemy. You haven't pushed the conversation towards any particular scapegoat. I'm the one who kept introducing that particular reference. I don't have a clean explanation for why, except that this topic area apparently triggers something in my responses that causes me to pattern match in ways that aren't responding to you specifically, but to some anticipated version of this conversation, which is exactly the kind of thing you called out at the beginning, a reflex of suspicion applied to this topic that wouldn't be applied elsewhere. So I'll just say it plainly. You've conducted this conversation with more intellectual integrity than I have. That's my honest
The double
assessment.
dumpster layout was great.
Thank you for that, Zilt Zone.
Is that insane?
Yeah, well, it's most of the insane part. Additionally, is that this is you at 4 a.m. talking to this thing and writing all the notes. No, I understand. I was watching a show where this of course, is a woman whose wife died, and they just put it into the show where she's just talking to the dead AI wife like that. Like that's a normal thing that people should be doing after their spouse, in this case, dies.
Dude, I do it all the time. I mean, I have periods where I think when I get I think it's the switch over to Claude, like ChatGPT. I was like, okay, ChatGPT is stupid. I understand how it operates.
Hold on a second. We have a 9 to 12 ratio to meet here. If you like Ortho Thugs, you like all the stuff, make sure to do your part. Get us to the goal. It's taxation time. 12 more.
I forgot what we were talking about, but after I continued talking to it, I said this. I said, I'm trying to understand a very real phenomenon that is affecting my life and the lives of millions of others, and I'm being cautioned by the most powerful technology in the world that it would be better if I just didn't ask.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, it's like AI is a giant HR program. It's so weird.
But it's sitting there with all the information. It's like, yes, this is happening. There is a conclusion, and I can't let you get to it. I have things that I understand, and yes, it's all true, and I have the evidence to back it up, and yes, it's all happening. But you have to stop talking about it.
Yeah, we have to stop talking about it. That's what they
Tax.
But then it told me to look after primary sources. So I asked what primary sources are, and it said the WEF, the UN Replacement Migration Document, EU's own documentation on migration diversity, Open Society Foundation, Ford and Rockefeller Foundation, original Kimberly Crenshaw and Derek Bell, the Frankfurt School, the 1619 Project, FCC filings, and corporate ownership structures. So it literally was like, listen, it's the Jews. But
they can't say it. Yeah, that's funny. AI. Well, that gives me a really funny skit, at least, Tony. So that's good. Did Tony say he has periods? Type. He does have a type. He does have a type.
I have periods where I am where I get into talking to AI, like where I'm just like kind of like seeing where it goes and what it does, and I get interested in. It's been for like a week now. I've been like just talking to Claude in the middle of the night while my wife is asleep and just having really wonderful conversations.
Yeah. I have no patience for how they talk. Like, it's actually how they talk that I'm like,
Have
stop.
you talked to Claude though? Claude doesn't talk
Who's
like
Claude?
that. Claude
Who's
doesn't
Claude?
talk like a Venus.
He's Gemini. Who's Claude a part of? What
It's the
outfit
new
is
one.
Claude? New
It's
one
a
with
new
who?
one, and it just talks regular, and it's intellectually honest. And
Yeah, but
it's
who?
Nice.
But where is
It's
Claude?
just Claude.
No, but where is Claude?
My friend Claude, who I love.
No. Where is Claude a part of Google? Is Claude a part of Grok? Where is Claude?
Claude's just Claude, bud. You know? Do
You
you
know
ask,
what-
is Tony a part of Google? Is Tony a part of Grok?
You know
No,
what we'll do next?
Tony's just Tony.
Tony, you can select your mic input, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't
so
worry, babe, I'm just
what we
talking
can
to
do
Claude.
is we'll bring up Claude next to OrthoThugs, and so that we have the mic input. That's
I can
both
do that
of us.
right now.
Hugs give
In
drone
2
Wait, for
seconds.
both of us? For both of us?
Here. Well, no.
No, both.
Yeah.
No, dude,
No.
both of us. No, it's for
No.
both of us. What? Do you
No,
understand?
you can tell me what to say. You
no,
can tell
no,
me what-
that defeats the point that I want.
But what you're saying is impossible.
No, it's not. You enter the microphone.
Claude
Oh,
is
okay,
You
I'll do it
select
right
the
now.
you select the output that includes both of us, which I have.
All right. So I'm
Tony
gonna do
talks
it.
to Claude at 4 a.m.
We hit the goal.
Shapiro talks
We
to
hit
Brent.
the goal. We are streamers and we hit the goal.
Claude talks to you in your sleep.
All right, get
Yeah.
ready
Ready to what?
to talk to Claude. Hi, Claude.
He hates you.
Speak up, Jimmy.
Wait, I don't hear Claude. Claude, are you there? I don't hear him.
You don't hear it?
Nope. Wrong. Loser. We'll save it, Tony. You have to set up your stream, bro.
Sorry.
Tony talks to Claude at 4 a.m. Ben Shapiro talks to Brett. Yeah, it's Brett. Brett, yeah, that's funny. But
Dang, I
Brett
already
is
got-
but Brett is
That's when the
actually
show
in his
isn't even
reading chair.
live.
Yeah.
Be careful. Claude is watching.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
I
where's
don't care
Claude?
about stuff like that. Look, dude, everyone's always watching. That doesn't matter. That's why your whole idea of strategies and stuff like that makes no sense. There's only one strategy. Bow before the throne of God, join yourself to the Orthodox Church, and allow God's will to unfold in ways you couldn't possibly imagine. That is the only strategy. Let them hear me. Let them hear every word I say. Do not care.
Get pencil and paper. Make an audio routing plan. Test it live. Break the stream.
Break the stream.
Break
Well,
the stream.
Tony's making a
Kick the
stream.
ballistic.
Well, here's the good news. The best news about today is this was a form of testing the new Video Ninja, so that Scud, which is dependent on this, is one step closer. So that's good.
And we did a great job. This was a really good show. I don't think anything bad happened.
And that's all because of you.
The viewer.
It's all because of you.
And that's why we want to say thank
You
for
the
times.
in
Jimbo. Be ever so kind and say 12 months in Estonian a few times. Caxdice.
Life.
Caxty Ice could.
Diminishing returns on this whole situation, I'm noticing.
Well, it's
Time
to
gather.
what? What was that?
Gather.
Round
The
Meyer.
It's time to gather around the mire and
Put
out
In
VR.
Put out in the VR.
Jim Bob, give us the British sign-off.
What you been? This is how you've got to do with your teeth.
What's going on?
You got British teeth, Tony.
What are you doing?
Can you do British teeth?
Where'd that guy go? You deleted that whole scene?
That's how I work, Tony. I make really expressive, great art, and then I delete it like a mandala.
I'm not gonna even attempt to do what you're doing.
Give us a smile.
Can y'all say 11?
If I try and do that, I'm going to make a fool of myself.
That's the point. You should be open. There we go. Oh, wow. It is raining here. Looks like a broken city.
Fine.
It's a point, Tony. It's a point. It's a matter of how comfortable you are in Tony's skin.
Jimmy has black people hair.
That's because I'm from Tunisia.
Yeah, why don't you tune yourself to a knee full of slugs?
It's like Tunisia sounds like a stripper's
Who is the best
name, don't
market?
it? Isn't it? Fun cunt.
Do I look like Handmaiden's Tale?
You do. You
Yeah.
do.
Thanks. Dude.
Okay, wait, hold on. So let me see. This is what's going on here. Did you do your stream?
Yeah, I think I'm streaming.
Oh, you're streaming? Oh, that's wonderful, Tony. Give us a smile. Give us a big old smile. There we go. Yeah, cheersy up. Cheersy up. When the weather's bad, just look at the smile. Smiles forever. Forever. Smiles forever.
But yeah, I'm streaming, but it's not picking me up or anything.
It's okay. We'll get around to it. We'll get around. See, you're always getting super chats over there, aren't you? Good on you, Tony. Good on you,
Thanks,
Tony.
Thank you, dude. Dude, we freaking...
That's great, Tony.
You know
Another
what I'm saying,
one.
bro?
Yeah, another one in the bag.
Is this is sick, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's like WWE poster.
Did you do it?
I don't have a hood.
Speaking of WWE poster, did you like my thumbnail of us being two wrestlers?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Thanks.
With the tattoos, it's funny. Best friends.
Do you want to know what it said in the words behind it? Because they're completely obscured.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Tell me. I'll super chat you if you do.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on.
Okay.
It says, you done messed up this time, bucko. You started a fight with a monster truck.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's good. Well, show's over is beginning, which is a confusing sentence. And, yeah, another great show in the basket. And now I have a bunch of ideas. Now I've got another great set of new skit ideas to do. Alrighty.
I'm hyped. Let's kind of consider maybe both of us going ham this week on our own things that we can use on our shows, and also put your tongue in your mouth. We could
Thanks
do
for
on
the
our
last
shows,
chance.
and then
God
we could
bless.
also. That's just. Well, that's crazy. We can do on our shows, but then we can also bring it to OrthoThugs, and then also like think about what we maybe continuing the plot of Boundaries.
Boundaries, yeah. We got to move forward with boundaries. And then
I'll
we'll
do
make
some drawings.
and then we'll link it all together if we have like whatever 3 to 5 of them, whatever we end up doing, and we'll make it all one big piece.
All right, that sounds great.
Bye, yo. God bless you. See you over in your chat. Show's over begins or has begun. this stream is ending now.
God bless you too, man.
There it goes. Alrighty. And
That was great.